As demand for houses in the area grows, supply isn't keeping up.
The White House is pushing for new gun safety laws in the wake of 2 shooting massacres in less than a week. I'm Natalie Brand with what the vice president told CBS News about her message to Congress.
Researchers look into the long-term neurological problems for some COVID-19 survivors.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The demand for housing in the area is outpacing the market's ability to keep up. This is KOAM News at 5. KOAM's Chris Warner joins us live from a Joplin neighborhood with the latest.
Well, Charles Burt with Charles Burt Realtors says the market in our area is good right now if you're wanting to sell your home. Market demand for housing has increased over the past year. Burt attributes that to very low interest rates, making financing more affordable for someone wanting to buy. But there's a flip side to that coin. While there are plenty of folks looking for a new home, there's not enough people looking to sell.
The problem that we're running up against is that there's just so many buyers out there and not enough listings. Listings have just plummeted, mainly because they've been sold. And so we're in the mid 300s right now as far as available homes, where I would say 5 years ago it was probably 1,200. So it's gone all the way from 1,200 to 300. So you can imagine what that does.
Now, tonight at 6, we'll hear more from Burt and Joplin City Planner Troy Bolander on new construction of homes in the area. Reporting live from 26th and Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Chris, thanks. The area community is coming together to raise money for nonprofits impacted by the pandemic. More than 150 area nonprofits are raising funds as part of Give Ozarks Day. As part of the event, the organizers are giving away luck of the draw prizes every hour worth $5,000 each. For every unique donor to an agency during that hour, the agency gets another entry into the drawing. You do still have time to participate. The event runs until 7. You can view the participating agencies and donate at giveozarks.org. Checking in with Doug Hetty now for a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dow. It's definitely turned out to be a little bit better of a day for us today, at least temperatures a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday, but still a lot of clouds across the region. These clouds are going to continue to thicken up as we go through the overnight hours. Plus, you can see some rain starting to develop in our southwestern counties as our next storm system heads in our direction. This is going to give us showers, even a few random thunderstorms, as we go through the overnight hours tonight. So this rain will increase. It's going to be periods of rain, so not just one solid band. Temperatures mainly sitting into the mid 50s right now. We've cooled off just a little bit as the clouds have thickened up. And as we go through time, you can see these hit and miss showers throughout the overnight hours, and then probably one big band right after midnight that will roll through, and then showers, even some thunder showers, continue for us tomorrow. So a lot to break down, all coming up here in just a little bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Doug. Investigators in Boulder, Colorado are trying to piece together what led to Monday's mass shooting at a grocery store. Police say the suspect in custody, Ahmed Al-Alisa, gunned down 10 people using an assault weapon bought less than a week ago. CBS News has learned that investigators are looking at mental illness as a significant factor in the rampage. And at this point, there is no indication that the Syrian-born suspect had been radicalized. The recent mass shootings have renewed calls for tougher gun laws in America. But as Natalie Brand reports from the White House, there's once again stiff opposition.
Vice President Kamala Harris stepped up calls by the White House for new gun safety laws during an interview with CBS this morning.
This is not about getting rid of the Second Amendment. It's simply about saying we need reasonable gun safety laws. There is no reason why we have assault weapons on the streets of a civil society. They are weapons of war. They are designed to kill a lot of people quickly.
Tuesday, President Biden urged Congress to pass a new ban on assault weapons and to immediately take up measures already passed in the House. One would close the Charleston loophole, which allows the sale of a firearm to proceed if a background check is not completed within 3 days. The other would require background checks on nearly all gun purchases, including those involving private sellers.
I have committed to put legislation to expand background checks on the floor of the Senate. We will debate it. We will vote on it.
Vice President Harris would not rule out the possibility of President Biden using executive action to enact new gun measures, but said it's not his first choice.
I don't think the president is excluding that, but I want to be clear that if we really want something that is going to be lasting, we need to pass legislation.
Under current Senate rules, gun laws would need at least 60 votes to pass, which means winning Republican support.
Their target is on the law-abiding citizens. What actually works is targeting the bad guys.
Not every Senate Democrat is on board with the House-passed bills. West Virginia's Joe Manchin says he opposes requiring private sellers to perform background checks before selling their guns. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Senator Manchin had previously proposed a compromise background check law with Republican Senator Pat Toomey in the wake of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, which failed to pass. President Biden has announced Vice President Harris will lead the effort with Mexico and the Northern Triangle nations to tackle a sudden surge of migrants. CBS News has also learned the Biden administration plans to use the Freeman Expo Center in San Antonio, Texas, to house up to 3,000 unaccompanied migrant children and convert the San Diego Convention Center into a makeshift shelter for 1,400 minors. A little bit later, a side effect of regular Zoom meetings.
The pandemic is leading a new kind of customer to the makeup market. I'm Naomi Ruckham with why men are more willing to try out cosmetics.
And next in Health Watch, a look at the long-term neurological symptoms for some people who've had COVID-19. A new study finds COVID-19 antibodies weaken at different rates, lasting just days in some people, possibly decades in others. A team of international scientists used data from COVID-19 patients to develop an algorithm predicting the antibodies' trajectory over time. Researchers also found people may still be protected with T-cell immunity even when antibodies are low. A first-of-its-kind study looks at what neurological symptoms are most common in COVID-19 long haulers. Reporter Michael George has details on who is also more likely to suffer with problems.
Sarah Bursma was a healthy mother of 3 before she had COVID-19 last March. The 37-year-old has been dealing with many issues since, from shortness of breath to brain fog.
It's scary. I don't know what's going on with my health. I've never had health issues. I was always a very active person.
A new Northwestern medicine study looked at 100 long haulers who didn't need to be hospitalized with COVID and found their average age was 43. 70% were women, and 85% experienced 4 or more neurological symptoms, including brain fog, headache, numbness and tingling, disorder of taste or smell, and muscle pain.
We think that long COVID is most likely a post-infectious autoimmune problem rather than a persistent infection.
42% of patients had anxiety or depression before COVID, suggesting mental health conditions could play a role in some long-term COVID symptoms. Dr. Igor Koralnik oversees Northwestern's Neuro-COVID-19 clinic. He says research is underway to figure out the best way to manage and treat these lingering, debilitating symptoms.
Patients who are intensely fatigued can get minor stimulants also that can help them. Patients who test below their expected average on cognitive tests can be referred for cognitive rehab.
Sarah's brain fog and shortness of breath are improving with medication.
Don't settle for someone that, might not know what you're going through or thinks that maybe it's just in your head. Well, it's not.
She also says don't lose hope. She has her sights set on running the Chicago Marathon next year. Michael George, CBS News.
Researchers also found 16% of patients had previous autoimmune diseases, which could be another possible reason for long-haul symptoms. And women are more likely to develop autoimmune diseases than men. Young children may unknowingly pick up biased attitudes about other groups of people. Researchers at Vanderbilt University mimicked a scenario where kids overheard negative messages about a made-up social group and found with older children the negative impact lasted for a couple of weeks. Doug returns next with his complete 7-day forecast and later our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we've got a fun fact about adopting an older dog.
still turned out to be kind of a gloomy day for us today, but a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday, so that is always good news, but still kind of chilly for this time of the year. You can see most of yesterday we kind of hung out into lower 50s, and then today we did a rebound near 60 for an afternoon high. Most of us now, as the clouds continue to thicken up, sitting into the mid 50s, and we'll drop back into the mid 40s later on tonight. So not as cold as what we have seen over the past couple nights. And the winds aren't as strong either. We kind of have this northwesterly wind at about 10 to 15, and that's what we're going to see as we go through the evening hours. Clouds thickening, looking from the southeast of the station, currently sitting at 55. Northwesterly winds at 15. Humidity is still kind of low at 64%, but we'll start to see showers increasing over the next several hours, but our best chance for rain, at least for us tonight, is going to be after midnight. Already, we're starting to get a few light little showers trying to pop up in northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern parts of Kansas. A lot of this is not reaching the ground as of yet, but this whole storm system is evolving, so we'll have severe weather well to our south across parts of Texas, and then you can see snow up through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. But this rain is increasing. Really, the main batch that will affect us is really south of Oklahoma City. You can see the rain kind of picking up there. That's going to be the batch that affects most of us a little bit later on tonight. As of right now, we're starting to get some light showers across northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern parts of Kansas. These are very light, but these will kind of push north and east throughout the evening hours. But again, very light. I think our heaviest rain is going to be after midnight. Let's go through time. Here's 8 p.m., just cloudy skies, some random little showers. Here's 11 p.m. You can see more persistent rain starting to pick up and then really pushing through. So here's 2 a.m. Most of us at this time showers, even some thunderstorms. Nothing strong, nothing severe. So we don't have to worry about anything like that out of this storm system. Heaviest batch is through by 5 a.m. and then we get another big batch, which really gets going by mid-morning for us tomorrow. We'll see a pretty good batch of showers, even a few thunderstorms rolling through. So most of the day is going to be very wet, and then most of the rain will work out of here late afternoon into the evening hours. We'll start at 45, 50 by noon, and again, kind of chilly tomorrow. High temp of only 53. Another gloomy day with these on and off showers throughout the day. Clouds will start to break up a little bit for us tomorrow night, and then as we go into Friday. Friday looks pretty good. We're still going to have partly sunny skies, but our temperatures are going to soar near 70 degrees by Friday afternoon. So we are going to see improvements as we head toward the weekend. All right, rainfall with this next system. It's not a huge system, but still, especially along and south of the I-44 corridor, a lot of areas could pick up a half an inch, maybe upwards to an inch of rain. So the rain continues across the region. 53 for us tomorrow. 69 though on Friday. Slight chance for a shower late, and we could get a few thunder showers late on Saturday, but temperatures for at least the next week, not too bad. We just have to dodge the rain.
This mix of rain and warmth means that the lawns are growing, at least the fescue lawns are. Have to get out
It's
and
almost
mow.
time to start mowing.
I guess so. Thanks, Doug. Coming up, the rising demand for makeup among men. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Harrison Porter served in the U.S. Army in 2008. The Miami, Oklahoma native was stationed in Baghdad, and we salute Corporal Harrison Porter, a four-state hero.
Doug Heddy has Honda.
The U.S. economy still needs help getting out of the coronavirus pandemic. That was the message to Congress from Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell yesterday. Powell said more government support should not cause unwanted inflation. Both did say they are upbeat about the future of the economy. More Americans stand to receive an unemployment-related tax break. The IRS issued new guidelines yesterday waiving federal taxes on up to $10,200 of unemployment benefits collected last year. The tax break is limited to people who earn less than $150,000 last year. Hours of virtual meetings every day have professionals trying to look their best on camera, and now the makeup industry has a new target customer: men. Reporter Naomi Ruckham explains.
Hi there.
Between Zoom meetings and virtual home showings, real estate broker Ben Dixon gets a lot of FaceTime these days.
I think being on the Zoom calls is essentially being in front of the mirror for a couple of hours a day. So obviously we're going to focus on what we look like a little more than we normally would.
So after seeing ads on Instagram, he decided to try out makeup for men.
Don't want to look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup.
Where do you use the concealer?
Just under my eyes here. And maybe if I have a little redness or something at the top of my cheeks.
But we're not talking like eyeliner, mascara, full makeup.
No.
Marketing firm Moz says Google searches for men's makeup looks jumped nearly 80% last year compared to 2019. That's helped new male cosmetics company Strix, which now has products in thousands of CVS stores.
We are here today where we would have been in like 5 years had it not been for the lockdowns and quarantines and things like that. So I definitely think we've accelerated this trend.
For men who've never worn makeup, learning how to apply it may feel a bit daunting. But there are thousands of tutorials available online, and women with years of experience may also be a good resource.
The manliest men on earth are all wearing makeup for TV appearances, movies, to fix up a blemish before the red carpet, whatever it is. Show me a manly man and I'll show you a guy that's worn makeup.
For Ben, it's a quick addition to his daily routine.
Try it a few times and just see how you feel. If it makes you feel better, why not?
And he says if it's still not for you, you can just wash it off. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Final check of the forecast next. The CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on the rising demand for houses in the area and lack of supply. Plus, another candidate throws his hat in the ring to fill the U.S. Senate seat for Missouri, currently occupied by Roy Blunt. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Not every new dog that joins a human family has to be a puppy or a purebred. Our pet vet on call today has a fun fact about adopting an older shelter dog.
Most shelter animals are mixed breeds. If you get a mixed breed dog, they are healthier because they are not subjected to the genetic issues that a lot of purebred dogs have. Also, they are potty trained, so there's no accidents in your house, and they have already been through the teething process, so they're not chewing up your expensive shoes, your remotes, your furniture. And somehow, this is the best part, somehow these animals know that you have rescued and saved them, and the loyalty and love that you get in return is worth a millionfold.
If you have a question, whether it's about a weird habit of your pet, a health concern, whatever, just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday here on KOAM News at 5. We've chosen a couple of adult dogs as this week's picks of the litter. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen an adult Labrador Retriever mix named Luke. The society says he's gentle, easygoing, stays by his person's side, walks well on a leash, and comes on command. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, there's Cooper. He's a 3.5-year-old fun-loving boxer mix. The society says he's on a mission to please and that he'll make you laugh. If you're looking for a pet, an adult or a young one, check out your local Humane Society. Now let's check back with Doug Heddy for a final look at the weather.
All right, Dow, showers, even a few thunderstorms increasing for us tonight, especially after midnight. But good news here is we don't have to worry about anything too strong or severe, but we could get some heavy amounts of rain out of this storm system. Then on and off showers, even a few thunderstorms sticking around tomorrow. Still kind of cool, high of 53.
Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next, and of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.